me. Like, who's trying to watch me for real? I made a promise to myself when I was younger. I saw how hard my mom worked working a 9 to 5, and I was like, I'm never gonna work a 9 to 5. It's been over 10 years that I've been posting on and off on YouTube, and it's like, how I've been consistent from the start. Like, at this point, I'd be much further than where I am. It's been a long day, so I went to go get my favorite. My favorite guy was there today, and he always gives me free stuff. Just throws in free cake balls. He's thrown in like a free cupcake and a free cake ball. Like, he's been so nice to me. I'm like, I love these desserts. I wasn't gonna get them, but I'm covering for 2 other properties because there's this girl that's out on vacation. She has 3 properties. I'm covering 2 out of her 3, and they are very demanding. They have a lot of work, and it's the first of the month, so it's like covering for other properties when I already have 3 of my own. 5 properties. I'm covering the entire week, not just one day, not just 2 days, not the 3 days, but the whole weekend. I just realized I'm covering on Monday. I thought she was coming back on Monday, but she's not, so I gotta cover for her on Monday too. I need these desserts. A lot of us don't even want to take vacation because it's like we're like anxious for all the work that we're going to come back to, because we know everybody's busy. So when somebody's covering for you, most often than not, they don't get a lot of stuff done, or they barely touch your stuff. But it's like I'm trying to do my due diligence and do her right so that she doesn't come back and be like, why did I even take vacation? You know, like, screw my life. I don't want that for her. And I'm praying that good karma comes back to me when I'm on vacation, because I have 2 vacations planned, one next month and one this month, and one next month, because it's June already. Time is flying. Where is time going? I prefer the milk chocolate, because the white chocolate be just a little too sweet. But I got some milk chocolate almond bark. I'm low-key, high-key gonna melt that and just drizzle that over this to kind of like balance that out. And I might just drizzle that on this cupcake too. That's gonna be so good. There's a lot of sugar. I really don't need it, but I'm just gonna drink a whole bunch of water to like balance that out, because I really don't need to be eating a whole bunch of sugar right now with everything that's going on. But again, I deserve it. I'm also gonna push myself to work out now. I don't want to do too much because I took the vitamin D stuff yesterday, and the ache in my bones did subside. But I don't want to do too much and get too happy and then send my body back into like Painville. So I am healed. I'm speaking it. I'm claiming it. I'm calling it. But I do need to like still be mindful of what I'm putting in my body and what I'm doing to my body, because I was so happy. I was praying that man was gonna be there. When I heard I'll be there in a second, I said, oh, thank you, Jesus. I know he gonna give me something for free, and he did. He did. Okay, let's go out to the garden. I need to water my babies. I have okra water, some leftover from what I was drinking, and I just filled it up with tap water. Now, I do believe these bell peppers turn red, and one of my little baby bell peppers, there's 3 of them now actively growing, but there was 4, and then that was a flower that was gonna turn into something, but I feel like that's gonna fall off too. This was the other little, can you see? This was the other little baby bell pepper that was growing that ended up falling. I was trying to see if I can get it to like sprout some roots or something right here. Who knows? Probably not. But I don't know what to do with it since it's fallen. I'm gonna give this maybe like 1 or 2 more weeks, and if it doesn't turn, then I'm gonna just chop it. Now these are my cucumbers, but they're all females. I have no males. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to run to Home Depot and see if I can get another cucumber plant that had male flowers so I can pollinate my baby so she can keep the growth going and all. Oh, let me show you. I forgot to show you my little experiment or whatever. So this was the slicer tomatoes, or what are these? Yeah, slicer tomatoes, and those are the cherry tomatoes back there. Now, I dropped a whole bunch of the little variety of beans. It's like 13 beans or whatever. I'll show you when I go back inside. But I just soaked them in some water overnight, and then I threw them on top and just put another layer of soil. So all of these are probably like the smaller beans and whatnot. You can see this was one of the bigger beans, probably a kidney bean. And so there's all these little bean plants that have sprouted and are growing in my slicer tomato, and as well as my cherry tomatoes. Okay, this is some melted almond bark. I'm about to dip the cupcake and these cake balls. I think I want to peel this back a little bit. Just go in. And then I'm gonna let that sit. And I'm gonna just drop them both in there. That's good enough. It ain't gotta be perfect. I just need some milk chocolate on there. I'm going to pour the rest of this chocolate on top. So this is what we're looking like. And this is what we're looking like. See, this is already, it's already kind of set. Is it uber sweet? Yeah. But that milk chocolate mixed with the white chocolate, mixed with this red velvet. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. I can only eat half. It's so decadent, but it's so perfect. It's so perfect. margaritas. I'm about to stop and visit my boyfriend. Big Stink is stressing. I don't like that for him. Which means I really gotta pray. I'm just having faith and trusting in the Lord that he hears my prayers and that he's working behind the scenes. I love that man. We want to do like a couple channel or whatever at some point, and he spoke about doing it like sooner than later, but yeah, I know he's going through it right now, and I hate that for him, and I know how he feels, but I'm trusting that the Lord is just working on him, even though he's frustrated, even though he's wrestling with the Lord. And I feel like he's upset with the Lord right now. And I feel like he doesn't fully trust the Lord. I feel like to him right now, all of that sounds good, but the circumstances don't feel good. And it's painful. But it's part of the process, and he knows that, and I know that from experience.
Learn Today Show Radio.
That walk, part of the walk, and learning to fully trust God in the midst of the storm, like learning to be okay with not being okay, learning to accept some of the hardships that come with life and grit your teeth and smile and praise him anyway. Of course, sometimes we not always praising him anyway, but yeah, it's part of the journey. But I just hate to see him like this. I know he feels defeated, and I know he feels alone. And he doesn't want to like rely on me, you know, and I can't coddle him, you know. It's like, if I trust the Lord and I believe like I say I do, I have to trust that he is in his hands, and ultimately God is working on him like he has worked on me, and like he is working on me. So that's that. I just have to continuously pray. Let me tell you a little bit about my boyfriend. So he's a streamer and a cancer survivor, and he is one of like the top 5 people that I know that like works so hard and is so kind and so, I won't say so humble, but he is humble, like, and just genuinely a good person inside and out, a beautiful person inside and out. And I should have tried to go. Oh no, I couldn't have made it. And honestly, he inspires me and pushes me to keep going in regards to like being consistent with my channel. People tell me all the time, should I go? No, should I? No. Lord, help me. People tell me all the time, like, people that know me in real life and then happen to come across my channel and be like, your videos are good, and I'd be like, oh, And I know like I can edit. I know how to edit, especially like a good like travel something, or like, you know, something that's just, it's giving vibes. Like the video is just giving vibes, you know. And I got good music and I cut it to the playlist, you know, and it's just, it's chopped and screwed real nice. Like I know how to edit. But it's just like the being consistent of it all, and like me finding myself interesting on a day-to-day basis is like, who trying to listen to me? Like, who trying to watch me for real? And I just be in my head. And I know, like, if I was consistent, like, had I been consistent all these years, honestly, I've been posting randomly and sporadically, like, for a good too long. Like, too long. Because I quit the railroad in, like, 2017. It's been almost 10 years. That's crazy. Time is flying. I'm old. Like, I'm not old, but like, dang, a whole decade. Wow. I can't believe it's been that long since then. I've been through a lot. Anywho, yeah. And if I've been consistent, had I been consistent all these years, it's been over 10 years that I've been posting on and off on YouTube. And it's like, had I been consistent from the start, like at this point, I'd be much further than where I am. I'd be much further than where I am. But honestly, I feel like there's a time and a season and a reason for many things. And I feel like it's good that I've probably waited. Maybe not, girl. Maybe that's just like an excuse to pacify me not being consistent and disciplined enough to stay and stick and do it. I really do kind of wish that I posted a lot of stuff that I documented. Like, I got the videos, but is it enough to make sense? Yeah, like I could probably post a lot of the stuff that I've I could probably post a lot of the stuff that I've filmed and make it make sense at some point, but it's just like, that's a lot of footage to go through, and that's a lot of stories to tell that I can probably just tell in a different way, or just like not tell it. I don't know, girl. I just be in my head overthinking stuff. And so I'm trying to just like, new slate, new year, same me, but like not like trying to be better every day. Okay, I can go. And seeing how hard he works, because he was working a job and like pursuing social media or being a content creator or a streamer, and life happened, some things happened, and it gave him the opportunity to do what he loves full time. But lately, now he's like contemplating going back to work, and I know he hates it. And I know from experience, when I had initially quit the railroad 10 years ago, I was like, I'm never doing corporate America again. And I made a promise to myself when I was younger that I was like, I saw how hard my mom worked working a 9-to-5, and I was like, I'm never gonna work a 9-to-5. Like I made an oath to myself and the world and the Lord, and like I just knew in my spirit, like I'm never doing that. I thought, right? And I think that's what part of me graduating college and going into the workforce and like dealing with all that I dealt with, that was one layer of it. But like on a spiritual level, I think it messed me up, because I felt like I was going against myself. I was going against like what I truly believed that I should be doing and all that I wanted to do with my life. And then it became like this cycle of all this time I've never wanted to go to college, I never wanted to be in the workforce, and I did all these things for the sake of pleasing other people, you know, making my mom proud, or doing what I thought like I was just supposed to do, and never really taking time to like radically be myself. And I don't know if radically is the word that I necessarily want to use, but like just choosing to be true to myself in And I really didn't know what that looked like, what that felt like, and how to do that. I just went with the motions of what the system told me that I'm supposed to be doing when I'm supposed to be doing it. And I fell into the system, you know, the rat race of it all. And I think that was part of like my deeply rooted health, like chronic health issues, and my stress and my anxiety and my depression. And I came out of that, but from time to time I will have bouts where it's like I feel stagnant, or I feel stuck in a place where I feel like I shouldn't be. And that's where he is right now. He's like, I thought I would be so much further than where I am right now. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, that's how life goes, where we have a plan for ourselves and we have a vision for ourselves, and we think stuff is supposed to happen a certain type of way, or if we work this hard for our dreams to come true, that like they are just supposed to. And like life isn't fair, and stuff isn't fair, and things happen, but God is still good at the end of the day. And it's like, yeah, I know that, I hear that, but like, what am I supposed to do to pay my bills? Like, what am I supposed to do for my livelihood? Like, am I supposed to go back to a workforce that I know doesn't really care about me, that I'm just like another warm body to? Like, I get it, because I've been there. And even though I did end up graduating, working for the railroad, going through a massive depression, and took like a year or so off to try to focus on my health, but in the midst of that, I was still bringing pressure to like get a job and figure stuff out, when I was like, I barely have the will to live. And all this pressure to like get back to something that I never signed up for, that I never truly wanted, you know, working a 9-to-5 for real. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always been self-sufficient. I've always been independent, and then having to be dependent on my family and having them understand why was like a whole nother thing, you know. Not that they weren't there for me, which I appreciate, because it could have been worse, you know, but the lack of understanding really did add to the stress and the depression, and made it that much harder. But it's so funny how life works, because fast forward, now there's family members that didn't understand what I was going through, that went through it themselves, and now the shoe is on the other foot, and now I'm there to be like, not I told you so, but guide them through what brought me out of it, you know, and feed them word and give them encouragement and support them in a way that I felt like I wasn't fully supported. But it's like, I can be that for you. And I think there was a moment where there was a realization of the misunderstanding in the past, and there was a moment of guilt, and there was an apology, because I think now, having gone through it themselves, they fully understand, or not, even if not fully, they more so understand what I was going through and what I was dealing with at that time. Anywho, I know I'm probably like all over the place, but I hope that you're, you know, you're sticking with me, and you're getting what I'm putting down. You're picking up what I'm putting down. So, like, this phase that he's in, I fully get the frustration and the sense of feeling defeated, and the struggle to want to keep pushing. But the Lord has his ways, and as long as he continues to seek him and put his trust in him, everything will work itself out. This is part of the journey, and I'm going to do my best to support him and intercede. And even though he isn't my husband yet, and I'm not meant to cover him, I can intercede and go to the one that can cover him. So I'm gonna do that. But seeing him like this, and seeing him fight so hard, makes me want to get my stuff together. I'm content with my job. But even like this past week, having 5 properties again, managing 5 properties again. I have 5 properties when I was 3 months in, and being that new and not fully understanding the role, and not understanding the role, but not knowing all that comes, like all the little tasks that comes with managing each property, and still learning my role, and being given 5 properties, which was by accident, but it had me stressed out. I was pushing myself so hard. I was working overtime, not in we're salary, so we don't get like overtime. So like to work that hard and get that burnt out, I was burnt out to the point where I can barely like read numbers. My brain was so burnt out that like I was barely able to process information. I was getting stuff wrong. I was messing stuff up because I was burnt out by March after doing that for 4 months. And so finally I prayed and the Lord made a way to where I was covered, I was protected, and my reputation and my credibility and reliability was like it stood for itself. But 2 properties were able to be transferred onto somebody else at one person's request. I'm pretty sure I know who, but they tried to make me look bad, but they couldn't, because all the reportings and all of like my track record and everything like spoke for itself. So it wasn't a me thing, it was a them thing, and it just happened to like it was a blessing in disguise. Like, by all means, I'm doing my work, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing it well. I don't want this workload anyways. I'm doing my best to survive, but the fact that that happened and they requested to have somebody else, that brought my workload from the 5 properties to the 3, and I've been managing 3 ever since, and that's fine. It's still a lot, but it's manageable. Now that I'm covering and I have 5 properties again, this week has sent me to a place where I was when I was on the verge of quitting and being done, because I'm like, I was so burnt out. I work-life balance is so important to me because of everything that I went through with the railroad, and because of everything I've gone through in life. Like, I refuse to deal with something that's going to stress me out or cause me to like be physically sick, because I'm taking on so much, because I genuinely care about what I do, and I'm trying to like carry all this weight. And even if I do ask for help, I'm not getting the help that I need. So it's like, I don't want to be set up in a system like that, in an environment like that. That's not healthy for me. But this week was temporary, and the system is broken, and they're aware of it. There has been a lot of high turnover because of the nature of this system, but they are working to try to fix it. And again, I'm temporarily just covering 5 properties because I'm covering for someone's vacation. But experiencing that and being set back to that place where it's like, I just can't do this anymore, really made me realize like I have to put time, as much energy as I'm giving to this job, I have to give it to myself and my personal aspirations. I haven't been able to, because like I said, I've been so physically exhausted that like I feel like there's something deeper underlying, and I still have to get my blood work done, but I have to wait for the places aren't open on the weekend, so I still have to wait for that. But the fact that I got the vitamin D, I got the calcium, and I am gonna like continue with that until I get solid results and know for sure if there's anything else that I need to tweak. But I feel like that has helped a little bit. I really won't know until a couple more weeks pass, but I'm praying that I'm on the way to a complete, I'm claiming it, like there is a shift in the energy, there is a shift in what's going to be done for me and what's going to be done by me. I'm just claiming change. I'm claiming a new path, a new direction of like consistency, and really just just putting myself out there and like not overthinking it, not caring so much about what people might think or how I might look. I really want to be bold and inspire other people to dare to be themselves, be true to themselves, and go after what they truly want. And I want financial freedom. I want my time back. As much as I do enjoy my job and I do feel like I have a purpose and I am there for a reason, not only for people that I work with, but the people that I'm working for. And when I say that, I mean like the residents that I'm serving at these multiple communities. They've dealt with so much change, so it's like I am a constant for them that truly cares. I actually care, and I'm actually gonna do my due diligence to make sure that their problems are resolved. So I feel like I am here for a season, and that season might be a couple of years. I'm not quick to leave this place as long as I don't permanently get more properties than what I already got. Because if I get more than 3, then that's my sign to be like, I'm out of here, or just move to a different department, if that. But honestly, I feel like this is gonna be my last stage where I'm working a 9 to 5 before I'm like fully independent. And so I am working on creating digital products. I do want to get into real estate. My mom has that down packed, and I have a really good friend that has been doing really, really well in Atlanta. So it's like I have resources and I have the basic understanding. I'm in property management, so it's like I understand real estate. And I've thought about getting my real estate license, but I don't like schooling for real. And I got like 90% through the course and then just stopped. I did that with nursing too. Like I went becoming a CN. Is it a CN? I think CNA. Yeah, CNA. I did like I got like 80% through the coursework and then stopped. And that's like a running theme, you know. That's kind of like my MO, and I don't like that for me. Like I want to see stuff through, and I don't know. What I do know is that I enjoy creating things with my hands. I enjoy being creative. I enjoy like making things and editing and having fun and praising the Lord. And so I just want to combine all those things, and I'm gonna show up on YouTube like I've been showing up in life, and day to day just being a better me and spreading love and trying to be positive and just trying to do better and help people. So yeah, I feel like that was a really long rant. I mean, it wasn't a rant, but yeah, I hope that made sense. I was kind of just talking. I was going from one thing to another, I feel like, but oh, I did actually want to get some more jalapeno peppers because apparently the full U peppers aren't spicy, and I guess that's in the name. These are hot peppers. Ooh, papaya. For how much? $54. No, thank you. It's a little salad green mix that I could put in the garden. But no, I don't need it. Here's a cherry plant that has a lot of flowers on it for $16, $17. Out of all of these over here, this about the main one that got this many flowers and buds on it. 2 for $10. Ooh, watermelon. Think you just might have gotten me vegetables and herbs on these. So yeah, I think they might have got me here. When I tell you the sun is beating down on me, goodness gracious. Or should I get some cilantro? I feel like the cilantro look real sad because it's hot as heck out here. Okay, I'm gonna get 2 sugar babies. This one, well, I don't need to get 2 because this got like 4 plants in it. So yeah, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do one of these, and I guess I'm gonna get a poblano pepper. The cilantro looks too sad, and I already know it's gonna be a waste of $5. So I ended up just getting what you saw, the watermelon, poblano pepper, and cherries. I'm gonna wait on the whole jalapenos from Home Depot. I know they're there, they're looking good, but I'm gonna wait. I don't need jalapenos right now. I would love some jalapenos right now. There are some recipes that call for jalapenos that like I could use them, but I'm gonna just marinate on it real quick just because I spent what $30 on that, and that'd be another $20 on jalapenos, and I just spent a good amount of money on all these groceries I just bought. So I'm like, I get paid on Thursday, let's just wait a little bit just to make sure, you know, everything is good and I'm not like overly spending, because I do not like to. I have a budget and I have a plan for where certain funds are going, and I had some extra funds from an eBay sale that low-key I feel like I had allocated for something else, and I spent the majority of it on my groceries. But I shouldn't have to spend money on groceries for a good like 3 weeks, just because this should last me. What I got should last me through this week. At least like the fresh produce that I got should last me through this week. All the other shelf staples will last me for months. But I'm on vacation that week after. I'm still gonna be spending money, but I have cash from when I sold the camera. Oh, I'm supposed to turn right here. Am I supposed to turn right here? I am supposed to turn though. Aren't I? Like, we don't need to be wasting gas. But I operating in cash versus just not even swiping, but like dinging my phone. So I'm gonna take like $200 to spend at Disneyland. Ugh, I know that's not gonna be enough, but it is what it is. I'm like in survival mode, and I really don't need to eat. Low-key, high-key, I'm already thinking about like packing me a couple of cans of sardines and being like just showing up, drinking water, eating salad, you know, like, and I'll have my sardines. I think I turned here. Yeah, I remember this. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of my plan. I'm gonna try to make $200 work, and that should work. Like, the thing is, like, $200 should work for 4 days. For 4 days, like, I shouldn't be spending more than that in 4 days, you know? So I'm like, it has to work. It has no choice but to work. That and some sardines. I'm not playing about bringing some sardines. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and hopefully that gets me through. But the week after that, when I come back, I should be fine with my pantry staples to like survive, because actually that week that I come back after the trip, I get paid again. So it's like if I needed to get some fresh produce, I could, but I don't want to. I want to try to limit myself to like grocery shop once a month. Ooh. Is this the right way? Girl, I probably really should just pull up my maps real quick. Yeah, because this ain't the way. I really didn't feel like working, but I'm trying to steward things well and do unto others as I would want done to me, and do everything as if I'm doing it for the Lord. So here's me doing my best to be productive, spend a little time getting work done. I just spent a little while catching up and making sure my I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and they are enough for me to like relax and pick up where I left off on Monday. But Ms. Rita asked me to come back. I don't know if you can hear that. Ooh, girl, what did I spill on myself? It is storming. But that's not gonna stop me. So I do want to clean up. I have to clean up my kitchen, and I've been sleeping on my couch lately, so I just need to like clean up. But yeah, I'm gonna go check on her really quick, and then when we come back, we're gonna stay up, clean, and I'm gonna go over, reorganize my pantry. I need to clean out my fridge. I feel like that's ambitious, but it needs to be done. So hopefully we get that done tonight, because tomorrow's Sunday and I truly want to rest and just enjoy the day that the Lord has made and the day that he rested, you know. So like if he can rest, I can rest. I am going to work on a project. There is a project that I want to finish that I haven't been able to dedicate time to. So I'll probably spend majority of tomorrow just like really marinating on that and getting that done. And yeah, trying to spend as much time with the Lord as I can, truly praying and studying the Bible. I want to be more diligent about that. I have been going to my Bible studies, young adult Bible study on Mondays and women's Bible study on Wednesdays. I didn't go this past Wednesday, and I thought that they were going to film it and it was going to be available on YouTube, and it's not. So I'm really like even more mad at myself for not going. But it is what it is. Stuff happens. I was exhausted, and it was one of those things where it's like I became narcoleptic. So yeah, glad I'm actively working towards resolving that. But enough yapping, let me go. Well, the storm took the elevator out again. I love that for me. Honestly, I do love that for me, because I need to be taking the stairs. I need to be taking the stairs. I am struggling from an allergic reaction. Ooh. I think the free plants I got from work ain't working with me. I know I'm allergic to poinsettias, and these aren't poinsettias, but in my head and in my spirit, like I'm like, I wonder if these are related. When I first saw them, I wonder if I'll have a reaction. I grabbed 3 of them, and I did end up getting like a hives rash like on my wrist. They've been sitting in the car. Now, I have things that have been rolling around in the back of the car, and so they've been like smushed. So I just think like the pollen or whatever, or like the pheromones or whatever has been released in my car. So like me being in my car, like the first trip this morning wasn't that bad. But I did get like, I did have like a little bit of reaction or whatever, you know, but it wasn't that bad. Now this second trip, like ever since I first got in my car, I started to have like a little bit of tingle in my nose. You know, I blew a little bit here, blew a little bit there. But after that second trip, it tore me up. And now like, I'm just draining and draining. So I have to take a Benadryl. Long story short, I have to take a Benadryl. We're not cleaning tonight. Tomorrow is the Lord's Day, and I'm just going to wake up early, turn on some praise and worship, and listen to Sunday service while I clean. We're going to make us some breakfast and do all that stuff. But yeah, like, essentially, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Oh.